Hello, let me tell you something about archetypes. Archetypes are those primitive mental images that we inherit from early humans, such as the mentor, the hero, the shadow, among others. And also with that, the hero's journey. We have a hero that needs to achieve a higher level by following, learning, and accepting the path and knowledge and beliefs that the mentor presents to him, and by overcoming the challenges and temptations that the shadows introduce into the plot. Literature, movies, they are full of examples of these heroes and these archetypes. And I'm personally not interested in those archetypes. I'm interested in the belief itself as a hero, because all narratives assume that the belief, the set of knowledge, the path of the force or whatever that the mentor is presenting is the right one, is the correct one, and hero should follow that one. But why if it is not the right one? And that's why I introduce a new archetype that I call the challenger. Anthropologists have found that the oldest common word to all languages is huh, which is linked to a trait, a human condition, curiosity, questioning. And this civilization, the one we live in, it is built on shoulders of curious people. Those who died by telling us, by proving us, by demonstrating what we shouldn't eat, and those who lay the foundations for our sciences. And in all cultures, yes, I did my research, in all cultures, this trait is represented by a fox. Yes, a fox that is celebrated by its intellect, by its ability to adapt to multiple environments, diets, for seizing opportunities, for being cute, playful, destructive, and for those eyes full of wisdom. The archetype of the challenger has a different role in the narrative. The hero is following and learning a set of beliefs. The mentor is teaching them, is showing the path. The shadow is opposing to that path and opposing to that belief, trying to destroy that. But the challenger is trying to make that path deeper. This archetype is found in those individuals who have created new branches in school of thought, those who have reformed religions. In our day-to-day life, we find those archetypes in people that abandon religion or jobs or lifestyles, not because of fear or weakness, but out of curiosity. This archetype begins by questioning what's happening, and instead of following what is expected, questions the belief and pushes the belief forward by describing new paths for future mentors, for future states of the belief. And I found that this challenger archetype is very much linked to the personality, the curiosity that the fox represents. I found many myths from different places in this beautiful world that combine a fox with a human counterpart. For example, we have three beings and a fox, a girl and her fox, where the fox is linked to a female, a human counterpart. We have the Little Prince, where the fox is linked to a child. We have the cave, the man, and the fox, where the fox is linked to a solitary thinker. We see that in all those cases, the fox is linked to a human that belongs to a marginalized group. Children, women, solitary thinkers. Also, something that I found is that in all these myths, when these people were trying to challenge society and trying to push the belief further, they would use one mantra equal to all cultures, one mantra to invoke the fox. And that mantra was llama. The expression, the sound, the word llama. My initial conclusion when I found that was that it was linked to the early form of Buddhism where lama means teacher. I also thought maybe it was something related to Sanskrit because it means the highest. But I also thought that these characters in all these myths, they burned paradigms in order to create new ones. They destroyed established paradigms to create new dimensions to the belief. So I thought that maybe the expression llama came from llama, flame, from the Proto-Italic flatma, flamma. But I was not sure. At this point, what I understood was that the challenger was an archetype that every culture acknowledged. They never mention it, but they always acknowledged that there were challengers in their cultures. And these were linked to the fox. And in all cultures that I studied, from Korea, Japan, China, the Levant, Mesopotamia, North Africa, Europe, North America, South America, they had the same mantra, llama. At that point I was confused. I have to confess, I was really frustrated, like, what's happening here? And I was so frustrated that I thought that the fox and the llama from the Andes had the same origin. So I was tempted to leave this research and this mystery unsolved. But this world is very, very small. And one day, by accident, or maybe we could say by the blessing of a fox, I found that an artist found the same early representations of the fox and of all these myths. And in particular, this artist represented the myth of a girl and her fox. This finding gave me the final push to complete my research on the fox archetype, the challenger archetype, this archetype that eluded narratives of religions, dogmas, academic theories, because in principle, the challenger, this character, opposes to all established knowledge with new perspectives, and as a woman that is marginalized, as children that are not considered, as solitary thinkers that are outcast, they present a new way to understand something they value as much as the other ones. They just see those things in a different way. Around that time, when I was motivated again to understand all this mystery between the llama, the fox, and the challenger, I met Esther. Esther is an old friend from high school. She's an archaeologist, and she told me that she knew and she heard about the myth, the girl and her fox, when she was in Babylonia, in Al-Hilal, it's called nowadays, where Babylonia used to be. And she showed me how llama is properly written. And then I understood that llama translates to why. Why? The ultimate source for science, philosophy, lifestyle, happiness. Why? The driver, the inspirations for any challenger because they need to make sense out of life. And if things don't make sense, they challenge life to create a new meaning to things. Because this universe and our collective understanding of it is something that evolves day after day. And they are here to challenge those things. Why? That was the mantra that those challengers were using to connect with that fox, and the message incarnated in those eyes. The fox that in the myth brings an inquisitive thought to a girl who breaks the chains of her reality. The fox is not an external being, but it is a part of her own soul. It's a manifestation of her soul's thoughts and desires to make sense out of things. The girl who once again completes an orbit around the sun, and while doing so, incarnates the challenger archetype for every role that was imposed on her. That is the mystery of llama, foxes, and the challenger. Whenever you face something in life that doesn't make sense, that makes you uncomfortable, when you wonder, I feel that my belief is not here anymore. Doesn't matter if it is in science, work, family, relations. Just ask llama, why? Why? Why things are this way? Why I'm supposed to be that way instead of being who I am? And that's how you become a challenger. That's how you become an incarnation of the fox. Until next time.